Okay, y'all. Let's get this going. Howdy. Oh, no way. We got some good news for tonight's animation that I just found out about right now. Oh man, I don't even know how to deal with that right now. Give me 2 seconds and we'll just get ready to get started. Awesome. Alright, I'm ready to go. I don't know about y'all. Hey, howdy. Oh, I didn't realize my camera just got shifted. It just melted. That's fine. Howdy. That was stupid. I'm not gonna do it. Alright. Let's oh, I'm so fancy. I got a new screen. Let's see everything. Oh my god, that resolution. Oh, that's thank you. We're gonna get going on this walk cycle. On 12, this game's on 30, so it's going to be 15 cycle. Oh, I'm sorry. Hi. I forgot to do my intros and everything. I'm back after a little bit. I am going to be animating this pretty little spider for a game called Needlepoint, which found out was selected to be featured for SCAD, Hispanic College Art and Design, at E3. So I have officially a game at E3, kind of. And it's not my game. I mean, I'm helping them. Which is still, in my mind, a serious win. I mean, it's close, very, very close to what my dream is. Eventually, one day, be up there presenting my own official game, not just a college game. Close enough. I'm gonna take it's a huge, huge victory. I mean, I hope I didn't even do a lot of it. But we're gonna make a walk cycle for this little guy, which isn't so little comparatively. You can see if we did it compared I know. I got a new job, and the new job is kind of like, it's not killing me or wearing me out. It's just very difficult. I'm like modeling like entirety of things that I've never modeled before. Let's just say I'm modeling an entire complete gun, which has to be perfect down to each and every screw, spring, everything. It's friggin' awesome now. Like, it actually came out really well. But I've never really modeled on that level before, and that's why I have the modeling thing up here. You might not be able to see it. It's underneath the picture. So, but I have underneath here, I have the modeling hub up because I was using. I had to make sure it stayed below the certain poly count, which is just my gun. Is that I modeled is more polys than this, but I have a lot of moving parts. This is probably budget and stuff. And actually, I just added like 50 polys right now. Anyway, so sorry, I've been out of the loop. But we're gonna get started on animating this little feller. Now you're making a bunch of random noises. 1 second. It's picking up the movement. That's dumb. I just went through all these settings. All of these settings. Tested my audio. I was a good little lad today. I tested my audio. You know, it still ain't working. So weird, the audio's jacked up. Alright, I'm gonna spend like a whole nother day just fixing the audio. You know what I think it is? It's probably this. It's probably the dang cord. Yeah, now the audio's fine. Wonderful. Such a knob. Alright, that's good. Alright, we're gonna get back to animating this thing. So, I had the calculator out. This thing is going to be on a 15 because the front 2 legs, actually Richard Williams does an entire walk cycle for a spider, and it is incredibly easy. However, we're going to have to add some character to this character because it is a boss spider. I got the wonderful luxury of animating this beautiful boss, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy it is. 15 front, 15 back, 15 front, 15 back to the nearness. So it should technically only be 30 frames. We're going to extend it to 60, and we are going to probably add a cool bob to it. Might end up having to be, might have a 20 walk cycle, which would still work at any one point. Ending with that should still be fine. So it's the snowball. This thing's so sensitive. this gate really low really quick. I'm sorry. I swear I tested these things out. Oh. Hopefully I didn't check things, so I can't drop that. Good, are we good? Can you hear me? Barely picking things up. Awesome. Hopefully we just fixed the audio. I'm gonna lower that just in case. I'm sorry. I swore I tested this stuff. I just don't want my audio being messed up. Let's just see. We're gonna do we want this at 120? We do it on a 3 cycle. We're gonna test this out. Because I want to see if I want to add a Bob. How's it go? Jerk up on that. Ah, because I didn't. Duh. I haven't animated in a minute. So we have to hit on the 30, 60, 90, or 120 mark to get the right timing. See if we want to go. I think we might end up being a 120 frame cycle, which is fine. All we do is we literally just do the walk cycle 1 to 30, copy it, and then just play with this. Because that's what's awesome about this one control. This is a very nice rig. It's a very well done spider rig. I can't, like, I mean, this is so simple. That's awesome. I mean, the axis, it looks a little off, but it's perfect. Nobody's gonna notice but me. Nobody. Like you're barely gonna notice that either, which kind of sucks unless we do like something like that and you get to be able to see it like turning. But I can't wait. Can't wait to get to that part. But that's a last minute thing. Same thing with these last minute things. We're gonna put this on something. Alright, yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be a 120 cycle, but we'll start off at 30. I haven't done animating in so long, this is gonna mess me up. Sup, Scrub? What up, Morgan? My first time back animating in like weeks because of my job and moving and getting stuff ready and just doing random shit, dude. Actually, yeah, I don't think you've ever seen me animate, a-hole. But actually, yeah, I'll show this to you. So, the guys I did a game jam with a couple years ago and won, they're doing the new job is great. I didn't sign an NDA, so technically I can talk about it, but that's a little different. Real quick about this thing, these guys that are making this game, actually I'll show you. I have it pulled up. Oh, you did? And you didn't say anything? Or I just don't remember. So this game, my friends are making that I helped animate with them before. This is getting shown at E3 as like the college entry set, and I freaking animated for it, and they gave me the boss to animate for. So we're gonna check this. They're gonna check this motherfucker out. Oh wait, time out. It ain't doing no auto bullcrap. But look at this. This is freaking awesome. And I animated this. A game I helped work on is at E3. Ugh. But the new job's awesome, man. And I showed you. I already sent you pictures of the gun. But it's like completely done. Like every damn screw I had to model. Every screw. It's pretty intense. I'm going through UVing it right now, and I had to go back and add more springs and stuff and make sure the geometry was right on the gun. Dude, it's fun. I love it. It's intense. I'm not just animating for them. I'm actually like, doing everything. I'm like building stuff. I'm shooting video. I'm gonna be shooting videos, editing videos. It's awesome though. I animated a lot of that frog guy, yeah. And they actually don't mind me animating on stream, so that's awesome. That's in case anybody else stops by and wants to ask where the poop I got my the style is dope. Style is dope. What's up, man? How's Japan? How is Japan? So we're gonna work on the front two legs first. Something I forgot about. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. We're just gonna get the front and the forward and backward motion first. I bet, man. I was just watching some. I meant to ask you. I was watching. Dude, I've been huge into drifting, like especially the past couple of months. I've been watching the whole Atlanta Formula Drift. Freaking amazing. And I've been watching a whole bunch of videos. I was gonna ask you if you actually like, seen or heard any like drifting stuff. Because there's like this one huge track right outside of Tokyo that's like one of the most notorious tracks like in the world for drifting, and people that drift there are nuts. They send their cars flying around corners, and it's amazing. Second's gonna be 1 and 31. Clearly. Oh, you should totally go. So this one's at positive. You know, we're making even 30. Negative 15. Oh no. No. Dang it. Bet you all you'll ever see there are gonna be Nissan 240s. That's the only car that ever shows up in a drift track. It's negative 13. But yeah, I'm trying to come visit you. Laura and I, we keep the only thing we're worried about is one. Money. Well, no, not really money. Too much. Not money. Just think, jobs. Time off. Paid time off. Or unpaid time off. Doesn't matter. Time off. Nice. Have you seen the... before I get into the Gundam stuff, there's a... We're wondering about pay time off this summer. This summer? Next summer. Oh my god, I'm mixing up my summers. Yeah, this summer, next summer, we're supposed to go to Maryland with my family. Next summer, for my dad's 60th. That's why. I had to think about that. So, going between now and then is a little bit difficult since we just took our trip to Texas, which was amazing, man. I didn't even get to tell you all about that. That was awesome. And since we just took a trip recently, like going on another trip soon, it's going to be a little difficult. But between visiting my parents, or visiting with my parents, and then that, I don't know. Going back to PAX. No, Richmond, Virginia. It's the better part, man. I ain't going back. Fuck that. Actually, I was talking to Crawford. I don't know if you remember Crawford. You probably do. He's going back to PAX, and the first thing I said to him was like, "Ew, why are you going back there?" And then later I told Lauren, I texted him, and I told her that he was going back to PAX, and she's like, ew. I'm like dying. I was dying. It was the funniest thing. Okay, I'm right. So exact reverse. So these are going to be positive 30. Anything that's negative is not going to be positive 30. These are going to be negative 13. So now we're going to have a timing mostly right. Looks like it's going in reverse. Looks like it's going in reverse both ways. Because we gotta get the body movement in there. That's fine, but we got the timing right, so that's all. Oh. Something. Yeah, don't go back to PAX. Forget that, man. What is this control? Oh, I can move the top separately. That's going to be just for rotation. That's not going to be translation. I could do some neat stuff with that. That's pretty good. Just notice this. Oh. I just don't like. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit weird doing that, but if I ever have to go beneath it, I don't want to have to like, zoom in really freaking close. Okay, time share. So that is technically the timing. So on a walk cycle, it's gonna work like that. Take your step, drags back. So once we get like the up and down motions of it, it should be fine. So the only thing I'm worried about. No. Oh, whatever. Not big deal. And we're gonna have to add some character to it, so I might be stretching these out a little bit. Like that. Instead of them being so dang close. I'm gonna have to talk with Logan about that, see how he's gonna have the character done, or if I'm gonna be doing all the animations for this guy. Because I might not be doing all, which sucks, but going forward, yeah, I'm just doing the front and back first. Then I'm doing the up and down now, because it's you work in steps, especially since a spider's walk is so damn precise. I'll show you. It's so damn precise. It's very
now
easy
for
to
an
do.
8-legged walk. Simple.
So, he's gonna show the front.
Walk.
It's like a 2-legged walk. It's kind of creepy, right? And the back too. The next two are counteracting, so they're like almost exactly equal and opposite. And then same thing with those two. Well, back two. So that's very simple. It's incredibly simple. The thing is, we just gotta add some character to it. But working like this, and especially since I might be stretching these out a little bit, I have to work in blocks. So mainly just one axis at a time, and that's forward and backwards. So, but now I can work on up and down, so that's fine. So these are all gonna go up. So the funny thing is, since they're like you have counteracting ones, so you have to make sure you get all of them. These are all gonna make sure the Y is key. So that's gonna be like bam, bam. Now we gotta do the same for the other ones. That's gonna be easier to select all the other ones now. So check that out. Bam. Select it. Up to 7. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shoot, how high did I have those up? So 22. So. But yeah, dude, the new job, I love it. I'm actually gonna be moving very, very soon. I know. I'm very happy with what I'm doing. So now you see, but yeah, I'm very happy with this. Like, even just doing this, like, me being able to pay for the time to be able to do this is absolutely outstanding. Like, I got a new chair. Remember that touch drawing screen that you sent me a picture of? I got a much cheaper, smaller version of it from the same company, Wacom. I got a nice little drawing tablet. I freaking love it. It's amazing. I was able to pay for that. This thing was like less than a quarter of the price of the one that you posted to me. They made a budget one, which is why I bought it. I got that, got the computer, got the truck. Yeah, I'm doing pretty hot right now, so. But see, like, we already have the walk cycle. Like, look, we're pretty much most of the way done. You're coming in December? Yes, we are hanging out. I will drive down to Florida. Assuming that's where you're going. What? I didn't notice this. Oh, whoever rigged this is a master. Not a master, but really freaking awesome. So if you notice this, when the legs move, you see these geos, they're gonna contract. Sorry. For this being a student from SCAD, this person's amazing. Sorry, I need to point that out. This is a very good rig. This is phenomenal. Like, I've rigged a spider before, and this blows mine out of the water. I was a very good rigger too. I just haven't done it in a while. Can I turn these wheels? So you're going to Florida. Yeah. Just tell me the dates and I will drive down. Like, even if it's just a weekend. and you better get me some Japanese candy or a Nissan Skyline, either one. GTST, not a GTR, because I want to make it a drift car, not a. Trust me, I know. I'd save you money anyway. It's like 10 grand cheaper. What do I want to do next? We're gonna play with the timing. So what's easier about this than actual human walk cycle is, since this is all IK, it literally does half the work for me, because you see how it's like rotating. Like I only did two keys, and it's doing half the work for me. The thing is, I feel like there's some weird sliding going on. And then next, what we are gonna do is we're gonna play with the timing and offset some of these so it gets a more unique look. Because even though technically it is a mechanical spider, we're not gonna be all mechanical. We want some fluidity of, because it's mechanical, yeah, it's somewhat sentient, I'm assuming. I actually don't know the story, the entire story behind the game, but whatever. We'll figure that out as we go. When you get your new address, I'll send you a housewarming box, send some snacks, alcohol. Can you ship mail? I didn't know you could ship mail. Yeah, actually I have the address already. We already got the house. We're renting first. We're gonna rent for like a year and then possibly look to buy a house, so I just want to be moved in already. Oh, I also got a new computer desk. I got a huge, awesome L-shaped one. Actually, I don't know if it's huge or not. I haven't even opened it up, but it's a really sweet like L-shaped desk. I want to put it in a corner and actually have like a whole different thing. Buy a cheap lighting setup maybe for this, and then I'm gonna be animating hopefully 3 times a week, maybe 2. We'll see. Because I don't know how much I'm gonna be doing there, and especially like I gotta get settled in first. That's why I haven't streamed in like a couple of weeks, man. Do I want to mess with the time? Or do I want to go? I feel like these back ones should be in. Like this one should be out. Should have not done that on a random frame. It's such a weird. The sliding on that seems too weird. I don't know. There's something weird about it. You know what might fix that is once we get to the up and down motion of this guy, it might change that. So like this is gonna be bobbing up and down, and it might change that. So I actually didn't have to research this. I actually know not quite a bit. I know a good fair bit about spiders, but there are specific types of spiders that actually only do this, and it's more of a defensive move, and sometimes a mating move, is when they actually do like a lot of this like movement like that. Most other ones will stay stationary and still, and tarantulas will actually walk incredibly slow, and then this cycle is like way off and much slower. So instead of a 30 frame, that's like one cycle is like 90 frames. So it's intense. It's weird. Animation's weird. Life is weird. What do you want, Dougal? Oh, I got my dog's shock collars now. They shock, they beep, and they buzz, or they vibrate. So, I mean, not all at the same time. We do a beeping one for Bruce, because he actually hates the beeping. He actually comes running to me whenever it beeps. And Harley, we gotta put hers on a buzz, so it just vibrates. And they stop barking, man. Remember how loud they were? Like, you limp down the stairs and you hear Bruce barking? Harley's even worse, but or used to be, I should say. Yeah. Did keyword. Put that in -20, so we'll make sure it's not the same. I'll put that. Why on the buzz collars? Yeah, so every time they walk in and out of the house, they were too much. Like every time somebody walked in it. So like Michael and Bree, Lauren's brother, he met him. I don't remember if he met Bree, his fiance now. They always hang out in the garage, so they come in and out of the garage door the entire time. Every time they come in and out, Bruce and Harley go off, and Maggie too. They all go. I mean, they bark at a bunch of other stuff too, but it's not as bad as that. Hold up. Yeah, I know there's a mandolin. I don't know how to fix that. I don't know what to do about that. I mean, I'm on some pretty darn good internet speeds, so it shouldn't be that bad. These two, I'm not going to touch the in and out, because on every spider airwalk I've seen, I did some reference, these two are actually almost exactly opposite of these two. So I'm not going to touch the in and out, so let's do this one. Probably not as much as I need. Actually, I push this out, then I want this one there. So, 10. Whoa! And this one. Let's do -20. So all of these are negative. Actually, that's something I did not check on the... So the last rigs that I played with, that came from this game, their axes were all messed up. I think they fixed it on this one. I think Y is up, Z is forward, and X is left and right. They did it right. Oh my god. Whoever rigged this, like, I don't know if this is the same person, but they did a great job. I think it is. Like, everything looks the same. There's no scaling. I'm pretty sure it's just from the same rigger. Slightly. We'll do negative. Okay, let's check that. No, it wasn't sideways. It's just the axes weren't correct. Like, I'll bring it up. I'll show you. So it's it doesn't it's not bad that they didn't do it. It's just it's more of like a cleanup step. It's you can do without it. You can do without it being cleaned up, but it's just so much better for animators to have it. Like the rig was like both rigs were perfect, like beautiful, but the only thing that was wrong with them was the axis. Like Y wasn't up and down, Z wasn't forward and back, and X wasn't left and right. Like it's a little bit weird, and it kind of does help with rotations here and there and a few things, but overall in memorizing and animating things, having the rig not like that. I'll show the frog. So it was the same on the frog. So you'll see, we'll turn this to IK. So this is IK, right? So I'm gonna click up on this, right? And then watch the translates. All of them go up. It should honestly be just Y. Like even though it's tilted, that shouldn't matter. Like even if it was rotated perfectly, like these still move. Like Z, X, and Y still move at the same exact, almost the same exact rate. That means the orientation of the joints, the invisible skeleton that's inside of them, wasn't oriented correctly or cleaned up. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just something you gotta work around. It does help in some situations because it auto corrects a few things here and there, and it helps you. There's more downsides to it than there are benefits, but I don't want to bash the rigger because the rigger did a lot of other good stuff. I just prefer it cleaned up, and they did it. Whoever did it right, because look, all this looks very similar. It's not. This doesn't look like an auto rig, but they have almost the same exact stuff with red on the left, blue on the right, and the yellow triangle. Like, so you actually have to make the shape for this when you're rigging, like, and the colors and the setup for this. So it's most likely done by the same person, but they cleaned it up. So no matter like up is Y, Z next. So they did it right this time around, and that's what matters. This rig is probably perfect. Like anything I pick out from this rig is just nitpicking at this point. Everything's working right. I just want to see. Hey man. Yeah, I forget what he picked out already. I did see. Oh yeah. I was I was gonna say that. I totally forgot. I saw it like, was that like a week ago that you picked that? I'm like barely ever on Facebook, so that was like the first thing I saw on Facebook was him picking up his kids on it. Lauren won't. We're not gonna until we get a house. Oh no, I need to do the Y first. Actually, I did the Y all wrong. I punch. Low. This cycle needs to be quicker. This cycle actually needs to be twice as fast. Just make sure everything's fluid around this. Pick a swordsman though. We already have names picked out if it's gonna be a boy or a girl. I'm actually hoping for a girl too. Yeah, it looks a lot better. Just adding that up and down. So it's very mechanical right now. We're just gonna get the timing and everything right first, and then we're gonna play with it. So we're gonna get like a circular motion. We're gonna get a circular motion. I just want to see if this is gonna work. I just had an idea just to use this thing. But so I don't know if I should say the kids' names. Actually, I think I told you already. I mean, yeah, I know I say that now. I want a girl, but I don't know. Like, I don't know why. I just want a girl more than a boy first. Even if I get, I mean, I just want a kid, to be honest with you. I mean, boy or girl, doesn't matter to me. Whatever they want to be, I don't care. Attack helicopter, go for it. But I would prefer to have a girl, and I really want to name her Ellie. Never doing that again. I keep doing the finger guns. I need to stop that. It's so dumb. Okay. Dumb. From Last of Us. I mean, That's why. Oh, I'm sorry. It's gotta be just as fast. That's right. Oh, come on. I haven't animated in so long. I've literally just been modeling. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love modeling. I love modeling that gun. But I just miss animating. I haven't done it in so long. Oh, that's not right. Why am I doing this wrong? What am I doing? Up. I almost lost my animating mojo. Forward right there. Oh. Dumb. Oh, I always do this. I know, that's why I thought it was funny that they were talking and finally got to mention that one name her Ellie. Oh, bastard. Dang it. Match. Forward, bonus point. I don't know why this is like. Oh, right there. Okay. There you go. I'm so dumb right now. Remember that number, 12. 6. I don't know why this just like messed with my head. There we go. I got that circle rotation. That's all I wanted. The torch did not work. That's all I wanted this entire time was just that damn circular rotation. I don't know why that was like normally that wouldn't have been so. Modeling as opposed to animating is I'm looking at this graph a lot, right? So I'm looking at all these like rotations, arcs, and curves and stuff like that and playing with that. That's usually what I'm doing. Modeling, I would be building this sucker. I'd be building all those geometries. And they kept them all in quads. This... Oh wait, nope. Stand corrected, we got a few triangles. Having a few triangles isn't bad. It's just when like you have a lot of triangles. So when you're modeling, I use the retypo for that. I don't know what they were doing here. Anyway, when you're modeling, for games, there's always a debate about between tris versus quads and a combination of two of them. So you see how like you have these polys, right? You don't want to have anything more than 4 sides, no matter what, no matter the difference. Yeah, it's... What the hell said that? Sorry. Not you. It depends. So with games, sometimes you want tris. However, almost everybody I've ever been taught from said to do it in quads, which is weird that I keep hearing about the tris thing. And then sometimes when I hear from riggers, it's like it doesn't matter if you do tris or quads, or kind of. It doesn't matter if you do tris or quads as long as you stick to one. Or have like a small combination of both. I've seen rigs where you had the entire body in quads and then the hair done in tris. But honestly, having few tris while trying to stick with quads is not a bad thing. It can be somewhat difficult for UVing, as long as you rig it fine. But for what I'm doing, which is mainly going to be stationary, it's going to be no problem at all. Even having n-gons, I could probably have a few n-gons, but n-gon is anything over 4 sides in referring to modeling. But the craziest thing about n-gons is people don't realize, like, you could have like a random vertex like right here, and it'll look like a 4-sided object, but since there's a random vertex here, there's actually 5 sides. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the way that I've been modeling and having to have each piece like perfectly fit in with each other, like each screw, having springs fit into a spot, and then having a little it's called a detent that goes over like the safety button, which keeps the safety from firing, or keeps the trigger from getting pulled back. Most guns have them. I had to look them up on how it worked because I didn't get enough pictures. Just making sure everyone was fit together, I had to constantly make sure that there were no n-gons, and so I have probably about like, so this has 23,000 polygons, 23,000. My gun had probably close to 30. And this one they could somewhat be a little bit lax on, somewhat. And I tried to go for completely quads. So then it's not that they don't care, it's just it was a little more lax. Yeah, I do. So like in a game, so how many, you know what, I'll bring the outliner up here and check. So this is the outliner, this is the entire rig, this is the geometry. Oh wow. So they have, I mean they probably have it broken up and they probably brought it in. I wonder if I can just... Oh, they locked me out of it, those jerks. Alright, I can't tell. They might have a lot of these as separate different objects, but they probably just copied these. Oh yeah, they definitely do. Yeah. So these are separate different objects, but honestly, for a bunch of different things like this, you can keep a lot of the objects the same object. You can have them all on one object. Like one polygonal figure. Like how like the leg is like one thing. Normally with a gun in like a game, There'll be like probably like 10 objects max, and then everything else is faked through like painting and or texturing and stuff like that. It could be faked. So having to model out a completely full working gun is way more intensive. Because you gotta make sure everything is sized right, everything slides right. I now know how this shotgun works, like completely. The bolt, the slide, everything. I know how it works, how it's put together, how it fires, how it ejects a shell is actually pretty interesting. But shit, I just realized I forgot to do something on the gun, and now I gotta go back and do a whole lot of work over again. Oh my god. I just remember this now. I gotta do that before I go to bed. I forgot 2 screws on the ejecting part. Literally, so there's a barrel, right? There's a barrel, and it goes half in the upper receiver, and it's attached in with 1 screw that comes in through the top. So you have like the rail, which you can put like a sight on if you want. It's already got like random irons or original iron sights, but it has another rail that you could attach more. But so there's a screw that goes down into it, and it's like half of the barrel. So you got the full barrel that comes into the receiver, and then you got like half of the barrel still coming out, and that's the screw goes in. And then there's attached to that, like the edge of it, is a little looks like a little flange. It's just like one piece of metal, but it's like pressed outwards. So when the bolt comes in, it slides it out. But when it fires and the bolt is pulled back to eject, it literally flings the shell outwards. And there's 2 screws that hold that in place to the barrel that I forgot. And I forgot to put the holes inside the barrel so the screws can go into it. Yeah, I don't know if that's how the same they work on AR, because this is a shotgun, so these are rejecting shells, so this could be a little bit more rudimentary. I'm sure if I have to do an AR or like a bullet type of gun, it's gonna be way harder, and I have to be even more exact with the shotgun. So that's why I'm a little nervous, but slow. Alright, so I think we have pretty good things. I'm like half tempted to like bring these out and be like, oh. Oh, okay, that's what I did. Alright. Key selected. This out. Oh, that's gonna look so much better. I might have to work these ones each individually then by doing that. But yeah, you're lucky you got an AR. Oh, I finally got to shoot my gun. I finally got to shot my gun. That's English. The SIG, P22, no, P320. Sorry, P226 is the seal gun. That's if I do it inwards. I really like how these are coming out. I got these little extra ones. It's already actually adding, since I'm like doing these separately at different intervals or different lengths. It's already starting to make it a little bit more different. So the timing on each leg is slightly different. Did I mess with the Z at all on these? Well, I didn't even touch the Yes. So with the front legs, they work a little bit differently. But... Okay, maybe not back that much, but maybe like that. That's awesome. I like that. But then we're gonna change up the time, so don't worry. Did you ever get to shoot your AR? I'm assuming you did. I can't remember if we. This one pushed out. I mean, so when we're doing the timing on these, like, they're gonna be off by so little, like, probably like by 1 frame. I think that's all I'm gonna knock everything off by. Whatever. Oh, so yeah, so how you work in inverse IK is you touch these, then you can touch the body which they're connected to, and then these little controls there, which we might not even touch. It doesn't even look like they need them. Maybe these ones maybe pushed out a little bit more so you see more of the spider. It's a little more menacing as opposed to that, so then it seems crowded. Oh, I got into the WoW Classic beta. Guess who's gonna lose all their time in sleep? See, now everything's like timed a little different. So we are gonna push this one. So I played on the private server again for a little bit before I got into the beta. It's just that not the full beta, it was the stress test beta, and I wanted to. I've been playing the private server beta, so I was trying to see the difference. I feel like the only difference between the private servers, which are like almost close to the original, and the new classic, the only difference I've seen is a little bit change in health. So somebody did the actual comparison of health and damage and stats, and they said that the new classic WoW was harder. Like there's more health for enemies and more damage done, or less damage done. Anyway, the new classic WoW was supposed to be harder in comparison to the private servers that they were testing with. However, when I felt it, I felt like the classic WoW was easier, and the drop rates of like items was definitely higher. That for a fact was higher. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, so on the test servers, there were so many people, so I couldn't really gauge. Like it was hard to level up, so it was. I couldn't really gauge the damage and the fight times because I'm just like trying to beat everybody on finding a thing to kill because like everything was killed out because you couldn't quest. It was impossible, and that's what it's gonna be like when Classic WoW drops. Unless like, actually no, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like that on every server. It's gonna be impossible to level up. What was I doing? I was offset. Oh my god, I love it. I actually love how hard it is and how long a battle takes, because I just leveled up a paladin up to 17. I'm about to do Dead Mines with him. So much harder. I love how there's no looking for group. I like how I actually have to talk to people. Westfall was killing me. Oh my god, the private server is amazing. Getting up that high. I did a time thing of it. It took me 5 hours. It was 5 hours it took me to get to level 17, and I was straight grinding. It was it's because I know every damn quest there is to know up to level 25 of the human side. I know where every quest is. Every quest. Oh my god. So it was in Westfall. The one ending quest just before two quests I can remember where I had like really bad aggro's, where I had to like pull a group of 5 people and then just like wait it out until there was one of them that didn't run away and just slowly pick them off. The one quest before Dead Mines where you had 15 highwaymen, Pathstalker, and Knuckle Dusters of the Defias. There's like little camps in the way back. It's the last group just before the Dead Mines mission, Dead Mines quest. Yeah, there's a few encampments that I had to get the last Pathstalkers. Oh, it was so bad. That one, and then the quest. It was very early on in Westfall, in the same area, where you had to go and find a watch that was inside of a chest, inside of a little house near a farm. I forget the name of it. But it's very early on. It's like a level 12 quest. Level 11, 12, something like that. Anyway, there's a level 15 guy in there, and then a level 12 guy in there. Normal level 12, and then a level 12 just out in front. So you could pull the first level 12 guy out by himself, but every time you pull the second level 12, or the 15 guy, they come together no matter what. So, and I just kept dying from them until I remembered the whole pulling trick, where you just pull until one of them goes away. And luckily, thank God, on the first pull, the 15 went back inside the hut, and then the 12, I finished him off, and went back and finished the 15 guy off. And it's so much easier to do as a paladin, because then you can just bubble heal. I forgot how broke the bubble heal was. So freaking broke. Oh my god. Alright, so it's gonna be this one and this one are gonna be the same time. That's the other two. So we're gonna move. Rogues are pretty tough. Well, let's move it back. We'll just move it one frame. And then this one. Whoa. I picked the whole the wrong things. Alright. We're gonna start these ones. So this one are gonna be the same time. Okay. We want these ones to move forward in time, one for one. This one are gonna be the same, so they're gonna be moved back in time. Same for these. This one at the same time. This one got moved forward in time, so this leg's gonna get moved back in time. This leg. So they're all all these legs are off by one time. Let's see how this works. Dude, but yeah, leveling as a rogue can get difficult, but there are so many rogues. I saw a lot of rogues. What else did I see? I actually saw quite a bit of paladins, which is pretty crazy because back in vanilla, they were only used for healing or buffs, just randomly just there for buffs, and because their DPS sucked and they weren't great tankers. The only really good tankers were warriors. Shamans could actually tank, but they didn't really get a good at tanking stuff until Twink for days. I always loved just saying at level 19 for like a couple weeks, just do PvPing straight in the Warsong Gulch. Oh, or doing the flag, right? That's Warsong Gulch, right? I'm not nuts. But let's see the offset timing on this. I think we need to up it to 2 frames instead of 1. I don't think there's enough. I don't know, what do you think? I think these are too close. We'll try 2 frames instead of 1. I don't know, I feel like 1 frame isn't enough. I'm pumped. I'm ready to play for it. If you get it, dude, I mean, since it's technically the official game, I'm more likely to play it. Why am I offsetting it? So you offset stuff like that to minor offsets. They actually show imperfections. So kind of like how nothing in real life is perfect. Nothing. If I move my arms at the same time, it's like technically, like even down to a microsecond point, they're off by some little bit. So thinking that way, you kind of want to do the same with animating. Like even if these 2 legs were perfectly offset, technically they're not perfectly offset. I don't care how mechanical it just looks mechanical if it is perfectly offset. Granted, yes, it is a machine. I don't want to believe. I don't want it to be mechanical looking. I still want it to have fluidity. Like I want it to flow and look smooth, you know. But I don't think the offset is enough. I think it'll look much better if they were off by 1 more. That might, right? Yeah, I crossed them. Okay, that's that one. Do the other ones right? Yeah, okay. For a second, that was going crazy. Back in time, or forward in time, and then these 2 should be back in time. No. I did that completely wrong. Oh no, I did that right. These ones are wrong. That might have been messed me up, but we'll still put it to 2 anyway. this is like hurting my head. Yeah, okay, I didn't write this down. I didn't write this down. Okay. So now, yeah, see how each leg isn't exactly counteracting. Each leg looks like it's moving in different, like, it's pretty close. The only thing I really need to do I mean, this is a pretty good walk cycle so far. Almost forgot to save. Oh my god. So I was working for work today, and there was a huge power out. We were out for like 3 hours. Literally 5 minutes before we went out, like my computer flash saved everything and sent it in. Oh my god, I was so happy because I did so much work without saving today. I was playing it risky. That's why I have like the Maya crash counter up here, because last couple times I was animating, it crashed. But yeah, it does add a bit of realism even to a machine. So the one thing I'm really thinking I might need to do is I am worried about the leg clipping into itself. I mean, for a game, it doesn't really matter. You see that all the time. You see objects collide into each other. You see it all the time. Like there isn't a game where I can't think where that doesn't happen. Like even high-end games. Almost every game you see it. So like stuff will collide into each other. Like an arm, you'll see like a shoulder, an arm will slowly go into each other. I mean, I could like help it out a little bit. I don't know. It's rotation. I didn't add any rotation. I didn't add rotation. Oh boy. Totally added some rotation. But, you know, spiders don't really rotate that much. I mean, I could do left and right. Oh. I even feel like lowering the up and down. I should probably just lower it a little bit. Looks like it's going too high. 5, let's go down to 4. But yeah, I'm so pumped for it. It's a pretty good walk cycle for right now. I kind of don't want to touch too more. For right now, I mean, I'm gonna add more to get a little bit more character into it. I mean, it's kind of hard to get a character into it. It's just supposed to be a simple walk cycle. Wow, it's supposed to be a simple walk cycle. I am gonna be doing some attacks and cool animations for it. I haven't played that in so long. All I play is the Dragon Ball Z Dokkan game. That's all I play. What do I want to do with this? What do I want to do with you? What am I going to do with you? Let's play with some rotation. Because I mean, I could offset the time on this guy too. Well, you know, just humoring what happens when I move back too. Absolutely nothing. It looks exactly the same. Awesome. You've got 100 hours into the game. What is wrong with you, son? Actually, I was recently playing regular WoW. I have 41 days on one character. 41 days of playtime. 41 days. Oh my god. I'm caught up too. Well, somewhat caught up. I haven't done the most recent raid. I've done the one where you fight Jaina. You fight Jaina, you don't kill her. Dude, I'm so pissed off because I'm so afraid they're gonna try and kill off Sylvanas. And if they do, I'm never playing retail again. I'm only gonna play classic for the rest of my life. Just fuck that. Forget that, man. I like it. I really do. I like the story that they're going with. I just don't like how they're making Sylvanas to be such a villain. However, what I think that they're doing is that they are so the one old god, I forget his name right now off the top of my head, who kind of turned the Night Elves into the Naga, I think he is either influencing Sylvanas to do all these bad and crazy things, either influencing her, either controlling her, or she's seen what he is, what he's about to do, and doing everything to go against him. One or the other. And I think that's why they're making her out to be such an evil character right now. Is because technically it's this old god sort of thing. Oh, Thrall. Yeah, that cinematic just dropped like 2 days ago too. Yeah. Oh, actually, have you even seen it? I'll bring. You know, why am I doing Battle.net? I saw on the front page of Battle.net. There, safe haven. It's actually pretty badass. Oh, actually. It's pretty badass, dude. I always love their cinematics, man. They're second to none. I swear to God, like they even beat out Pixar as far as like looks on animations. Like I wish I could work for these guys, work for Blizzard on their animation team. Their cinematic team. It's like it's their cinematic team isn't even their like their gaming animators. Thrall. He's actually badass too. I don't know how you can forget his name, man. So the reason he went into hiding was because he killed not Grom.
So
Garrosh. He killed Garrosh.
this is
And
home.
he went to hiding because of it, because he thought he failed to hold it.
Home. Family. And where are they? Not far. This world. Well, it looks good. But it's wrong. Broken. Falling apart. Just like the Horde. Do you know what she's done while you've been hiding? I left that life behind. I'm no
Yeah, that's the
one's
Outlands.
savior.
That's Nagrand? I can't pronounce it.
I will not lead the Horde. I didn't ask. But I hoped you would at least fight for it.
I hate Sarafang now. Like, the thing is, like, she hasn't even done anything like that bad. Like, she burned Tidrasil. She killed a bunch of people. That's war. Like, they are in a war fighting against the Alliance. People die. Usually, I don't know. But she's only retaliating against them because, like, she thinks that they're gonna come after her, which they are. She's not wrong. That's why I'm completely on Sylvanas' side.
I followed them. You and I, we don't get to hide.
Shaved off his head though. He was bald. I like how he grew out his hair again. He is the Hulk, man. He's the most powerful shaman in all of Azeroth. Like, nobody compares to him. He's fucking badass, which is why I'm happy he's back. We actually get to see him. But I just don't want them to kill off Sylvanas. She did nothing like outrageous. I think Sarafang's just being a little bitch. But this is all I'm gonna touch for right now. I'm gonna end the stream on this. Like, it's pretty good so far. Actually, first I want to test out the rotation. We're gonna do that first, and then we're gonna exit on the. Oh, it's some other beast thing. Then we're gonna end on the. Actually, we're gonna add in some early overlapping, so this is gonna be fucking cool. Yeah, so exactly in the middle, right there. It might be down to 8, but whatever. Yeah, we'll try a 12 negative 6. Alright. Mozambique here. Oh, you're goddamn right I'm getting Warcraft 3 Reforged. I played more of that than I did World of Warcraft, probably. I did nothing but play custom games. I loved all those custom games. That's all I ever did. We're gonna lower that rotation. It's 2. We'll drop it to like an 8-4. Oh my, that's all I ever did. I like that's how League of Legends and Dota 2 and all that started, was those custom games. That's a little better. I like that. We're gonna add in a very slight rotation. And I mean slight. And I mean fucking slow. Oh, that animation's gonna resurface. The 50 minus 50 DKP for not knowing what the fuck to do. That I started. So the first Warcraft game I remember playing was Warcraft 2, and I was like 4 or 5 years old. I was in kindergarten. Yeah, I was in kindergarten because we had computers. There's two games that were on the computers that we knew how to like start up and play. One was Warcraft 2, which was the first time I ever got to play it. Then I begged my parents to get it, and they ended up getting it for me. And Jazz Jackrabbit. The same guy who made Gears of War made this fucking... I don't know if you know Jazz Jackrabbit. You probably do. I wouldn't be surprised if you knew what Jazz Jackrabbit. This freaking game. It was an Epic Games. It was where Epic Mega Games. Big Jeff Blazinski, the guy who made Gears of War. Look at this old man's This is one of my first games. This fucking game. How corny this shit is. But yeah, so Warcraft 2, and then I played Warcraft 1 a few years later when I got older and understood what a computer actually was and how to actually play video games. We're just add a slight rock, so we're probably gonna do it slow. But we'll just oh wow, that's actually really nice. Just how slow that is. It's like a slight bob. I just want to humor myself and see it zoomed up quicker though. Or see it a little bit quicker. I mean, I do have an animation too. Oh yeah, Doom. Yeah, I played that at a bunch of buddies' house. I never got Doom. I mean, I played it like me and my buddy played it, but I never got it. Oh, I don't know what I like more. A quicker left or right, or I really like this so far right now. Oh man. I still remember all the Warcraft 2 cheats and the Warcraft 3 cheats. I see dead people. All your base are belong to us, which was the joke from that one game. Motherload, no, that's Sims. Because I was playing Sims recently. I don't know why. God mode. I don't know. Actually, we're gonna do some crazy shit. So who picks it? It's gonna instead of going out like that. I just want to see some because I feel like I just saw some. And I mean fucking slow. Just want to see. It might go too quick though. Oh yeah. I never played. You know, I thought that was gonna be too quick and too jittery. Actually, I don't mind it. I mean, I would have to do it to the rest of them. I don't think. You know what? We're about to redo all of these legs. What did I do this myself? And I mean fucking slow. If we do it in or out then in. So what it's doing is I'm putting more of a wave motion into it, so instead of just being like that, it's now. It's weird. I think it's working better though. Watch the taint. I don't like it that way. I like the other. I like it going in then out. That's the motion we're going for. Mozambique, yeah. Yeah, that honestly fixed a lot of my problems with these. And I don't really need to do it with these ones. These ones already have their own thing going on, and they are pretty more even than the rest. So we can whoa. We can mess with these ones. I think these ones we have to do in reverse because they're negative. So do we have to do an extra? Just dude, if you get, because I don't know anybody who's gonna be playing classic. I've been meaning to like throw it out on Facebook or Instagram or something. See if I have any friends who are gonna be playing. If you're the only person that has actually even showed interest in it, I will gladly do a Nixia raids because I've never done Molten Core or Nixia, so not solo. I started the day Burning Crusade came out. That's when I first played WoW. So I missed all of vanilla content. I mean, leveling is still the same between Burning Crusade and vanilla, obviously. It's just there was just more shit added on Burning Crusade. And I mean fucking slow. Oh, that's weird. probably talk Jared into it. I hope you do, because I really want to play it. And we could do it next year. We would have to find a big guild though, because there ain't no way we're gonna be playing you know what we're gonna be playing and oh shit, that's right. Why you gotta suck like that? So son of a bitch. But yeah, that would be a problem. Oh, that looks so much better. The only thing is like the feet are sliding, and that's only throwing me off because it's not because the character's not moving. Oh, the other thing. Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna have to do this one at a time. I can't do that all at once. Oh, wow, that worked. Oh, that didn't work. So what I'm doing right here is I'm literally making the movement speed exactly even. So when it had the curve, that means it would slowly, quickly, slowly like move in. But when you're moving in at a steady pace, your feet are sliding back at one even speed. So that's what I'm doing. So I gotta like flatten out these curves to make them exactly even. Because that little these little curves that are like slow, fast, slow. But we need them exactly even, so it should be one speed. And that's what the feet are throwing me off because I totally forgot to do that. I forgot. It's just a cleanup thing. The chase in here. I get every one of them. And why do I always close out that? Don't need. I really need to throw it on the second screen. So let's just go. Looks good. What's the up and down line? Oh my god, it looks beautiful. That's sweet. Okay. So the way that you put it into space is actually really cool. So we're actually gonna make it move. So obviously I just did it all because I know how to do. Oh yeah, I saw the new trailer for 7. Are you kidding me? I can't wait for it. But real quick, so I've been like animating, and because I know how walk cycles work, I know the exact timing I can do without thinking about it. It's just I forget how to do curves sometimes. We animate it without having to move the spider. Now we can move the spider after getting the feet done, and watch how cool this is. We're gonna grab these two. So those are moving backwards, but don't worry, I got a fix for that. We'll take the mini control, just make a key. That's weird. Just do. So we have this, right? And we're gonna reverse it, scale, push it up. So this is the exact speed that the feet are moving backwards. So we reverse that and make the body move forwards. Oh, a smarty pants. So now we'll move. That's one cycle. And it works. There's no sliding. The feet actually stay in place, and it looks pretty good. So that's a cycle. So what we do for that? First, we're gonna save it. Currency, because we pretty much got it. And I'm not gonna save this because I'm not done with it yet. You put a key at 31 and 30, or you put a key at the first 2 frames at 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2. The reason I say 1 and 2 is this frame 31 is the exact same frame as 1, except for this little guy, which I totally forgot. So we do this by deleting everything else, because those are just like overflow frames that I had to make sure everything was fluid. The reason we do 2 keyframes is to make sure you hold that fluid frame. The fluid, make sure you hold the to make sure you hold the the curves. To make sure you hold the curves, and make sure you had a keyframe on one, and the second one to make sure that the arc doesn't change. That's why I do that. That's why I do that. I wasn't taught that. I found that one out. So now that we grab that fluid motion, I know I'm not really thinking today. Now we grab that, we copy, paste this as many times as we want. This is one way to do it. The other way is you could do view. Oh, what are we doing? Curves, pre-infinity and post-infinity, and on cycles, and you could show. And you could show and it'll play since even if we don't have keys there, it'll play infinity of the cycle. But I don't like doing that. So now we could still see infinity from the view, but I don't like doing that. I don't like having it on. I like actually seeing the keys and where they're at, because that's what I'm going to send off is the keys, not infinity. That's just a neat little thing to show off. Actually, we can do that for this. Just delete this because I think I did that wrong anyway. We can do infinity with offset. So now it'll move forward correctly. Spam. Oh, back there. Let's see, it'll go that far. So this is 30 frames per second, so that's 5 seconds. This is 5 seconds worth of a cycle. Oh wait, let's see. What was that? Oh, I think I accidentally just copied something wrong. What happens when? Yeah, I copied something wrong. I don't know how the fuck that happened, but it happened. But yeah, that's how it works. I did it right. It was just a copying thing. Yeah, that's the walk cycle. It's timed perfectly. It works alright. There's no sliding except for that. Why? After that little hiccup, I don't know what happened. Oh, I think I forgot to copy something. That's why. But the first 3 cycles are right. What I just did was pretty much erase. Just making it larger, or making it go longer. Delete that. Something happened. The leg is actually fine. It was just something I accidentally forgot to select when I copied it. See, it works fine there. It just hiccuped. I think I just forgot to select it. Or I accidentally clicked something and then went back to copying and pasting. I think I accidentally didn't click that leg, so it didn't copy that leg over. So like that was the only thing, and then it glitched. That's what happened. Nothing's wrong with the animation. The animation's fine. Yeah, pretty fine. Pretty okay. I like it. The last couple things I can play with are the little eyeballs. Those, I don't think they actually do anything because I don't have the skin, but I can do these. And the way we would do these would be just on the Z rotation. We don't even have to do a whole lot. So what we can take is the same timing from the Z rotation or Z translation. I'm sorry. Well, we can offset it and delay it a little bit. We're going to take the same timing of it though and use it for these. So now we got the timing for it. No, we don't. I goofed. Now we have the same time. So delay it by 2 times. Let me put it in reverse. Ha! I did it. So what I did was called an overlapping action. So think of it as like hair, or like a loose limb or something like that. So if I actually do have long hair. So if I move my head, I'm not going to show it though. If I move my head, just pretend like my hands or my fingers are my hair. If I move my head and whip it, the hair will still go through after I reach a certain point. So what I do is pretty much a similar thing, just with a different rotation on it, and delay the time. So as the head's moving up, the fangs are moving down. When the head starts moving down, the fangs move up a little bit, and it creates this little overlapping action. So you can see it creates like a little bit of liveness to the mouth, and that's overlapping action. And see how incredibly easy that was? Thank God. Thank God that Rigger did a fantastic job and made that incredibly easy, because that could have been way harder. What does this do? Why is there only one? Why is there only two? Why is there only two? There should be one for each leg. That's weird. Oh. I don't know. I wonder if I can do anything with these. I mean, I could. What I could do is I could do some really cool stuff with those. But that's what I would do with those would be the very, very, very last thing. Actually, even with this, I could do the same thing I do with those and make it even look slightly better. Which is some really cool thing, really cool techniques I learned online that not a whole lot of people know. Actually, I can do the same thing with this. The only bad thing about this abdomen is that its center point is right there when I need it to be more forward, like where it's connected to the body. That's because it's rotating off the spindle when technically its loose point is right there. But I mean, I could work with it. I could just do rotate and translate. Or I could just do translate. Oh, I don't know. Oh, this one. Oh. And out more. I'll probably do that more. No. Out doesn't do anything. It's just forward back. Actually, I think if they're moving too much. Oh, and the other thing is offset. You can offset them, and then just a slight one frame offset. But from this far, it looks like the finger moving too much. I think this one should go one frame forward. Mozambique, yeah. I love that text too. What the fuck is... Yeah, negative. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could hand this in to the dude and he'd be happy with it, but I wouldn't be. I want to add in a bunch of extra stuff. I actually want to do this too. So, I want to rotate this. Yeah, I should probably add a slight wobble to it too. Oh, it doesn't clip through the shell. That's beautiful. See how. So you see how it's like how what I was talking about before about the timing of when I was flattening out. You see how it like slows it slows? That's because of these curves. Now if I flatten out, it's gonna steadily rotate and you won't even notice it. Doesn't even stop. And those are two different points. But yeah, I just know I just don't know if that's too fast. Let's slow it down a little bit. 60. Oh yeah, that's much better. And this is my job, man. This is what I do. Oh wow, actually, no. I'm still not happy with that. Actually, instead of rotating abdomen, I could like pre-rotate the head and get the look I wanted for the abdomen. So what I'm doing is animating this to animate that. No. But we will take the translation or the rotation from the top. So we're going to take this. Okay. So what I did was I grabbed the rotation. So it's the abdomen is getting double the rotation. But we flip it. We flip it. Oh no, it's not right. Throw it back. Oh no, I grabbed the wrong one. I want the Z rotation. Okay. Now we flip it. I'm doing the left and right first. So it's not. I'll throw it back in time. Barely notice it. So that's a total flip. And that means the abdomen should stay damn near perfectly centered. It's not one. So one, two. I think that's one. Yeah, that looks better. You see, I'm just doing slight things now that you probably don't even notice what I'm doing. That's fine. Actually, we are gonna keep this. Just that. What am I doing with my life? Nope. Too much. I just love. much. I lowered it by too much. There we go. That should be good. Oh, wrong way. There we go. That's what I want. Yeah, it's honestly, this is just like nitpicking stuff that I just know. But now the abdomen rotates a little bit separately from the head, which is what I wanted to overall get. The abdomen also rocks a little bit left and right more than the rest of the body. But it's not because. But now it's that side. I need to go to the other side. What happens if I knock this up the bottom? It's now just slamming to the right. Now I don't know why. Have you exactly even like Oh no, it is right. It just doesn't look even. Why? It's kind of weird. Touch this. Oh, it's because the legs are playing with me because the way I timed the legs and the silhouette. The silhouette's just messing with me, making me think it's just rocking to the right side more. It's not. It's actually perfect. It's just the illusion of it. It's just throwing me off. You know, if I go like that, it looks fine. I don't know. I can't tell. It looks like it's just going front back when I need it to go more rocking right left. Oh, duh. Now it's gonna stop doing it. Now it's just going left right. I swear. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. This is how we're gonna fix this, but I can't freaking tell. I said 90. So it's going from this corner to that corner, this corner to that corner. I could tell by looking at this little vert right here. And I know why it's doing that. It's just difficult to not do that. Oh, that's so annoying. I know how to fix it. I do. And it starts with this big control. We're gonna save that for later. I'm actually, my brain is now completely fried. Honestly, it's so minor though. It doesn't even really matter, but yeah, that's how you do it. But my brain is so fried, so fried. But it looks pretty good. I'm gonna fix the admin later once when I can actually think straight. I got the timing down. We got the legs down. We got all that down. It's pretty good. I do want to add a little bit more character. I might adjust the I might adjust more of these and actually animate them, so it gives a little bit more rotation to these guys. I'm gonna do a sweet little thing where I'm gonna put an offset rotation on these, and literally don't even have to. Actually, I'll show you how to do it right now because I feel like doing it. Create a locator. Set it as the child to this mofo. Oh. Doesn't matter if I have maintain set up. Does not matter. Then we bake this sucker down. Bake animation. Move the constraint. Not node editor, you son of a bee. Stinger. Try not to curse, give me a break. Then you set it as the parent to that. And now the locator has all the control with the baked locations. But instead of adjusting the translation, we're only going to touch the rotation because it kind of needs to stick where that leg is, since it's not, since this control didn't like control any of the leg. We need that point to be exactly where it is, but we can adjust the rotation and have a really cool delayed rotation, which is freaking awesome. So yeah, it's only going to happen for that one, but I'm a dubbing, but it doesn't really matter. I was just wondering why I had those extra frames there. I just realized because I had set the bake animations. Alright, copy that. We're going to delay the rotation. Not enough. Barely noticed that. Wow, you really barely noticed that. You know what? Fuck it. Let's try to see a translation. I didn't think we'd have to. Or let's try some translations. Delay it by 1 frame. We'll try 2. We'll start with, I guess, an extreme. Yeah. That's why you don't touch the translations, because you kind of need it on the point. But let's try with 1. It's adding like a little bit of like an overlapping action, a little bit of a delay, which is nice, but we can't have that clipping. That's like the only thing we can't do. So what we can do is just try Mozambique. Yeah. We could try just doing just the up and down. Sometimes that's usually it's too much. It does add the overlapping action, and this is the easiest way to do overlapping action without having to hand animate these by keyframe. This is like the best way to do forward or back. It's still clipping too much. Maybe if we remove the rotations. I doubt it, but the Z isn't going to do anything. I'm sorry, the X isn't going to do anything. That's a shame. Honestly, this technique works with very well with like pieces of hair, bags, like anything loose. I use this technique all the time. When I was working on the phone game, actually, yeah, I didn't tell you. The phone game should be out soon. Should shop and shop and sick. I don't know if it's out yet. Sorry, when I left this company, it was very nice. They really loved my animations for them, and it made me sad to leave. Like all the good shit they wrote. I felt so sad. I was like, oh, I don't want to leave now. But they didn't. They really did not pay me a lot. You did? But I mean, so anything. Anyway, like a lot of times, like there would be like extra body parts, or like on a soccer ball, they had a few extra controls that like made like a little jiggling effect, and I'd use this technique on all of that, and it would just delay a lot of things, and it really helped like jiggle things and make things move and seem more fluid. I thought that was going to work with the rotations more though, which I'm kind of sad. But actually, what if I just do one rotation? One rotation might work. Yeah, it works. The rotation works a little bit more because you can see how stiff that one is, and that one's got a little bit more. The reason I want to do that, so yeah, okay, so we just gotta stick with just the X rotation. Oh, yeah. We just gotta stick with the X rotation and do that, which is fine. It's pretty cool. Cool, I guess. But you can tell there's a little bit more to it. Really jack up. It was fun. So then what I would do is since this is apparent to it, like how I baked. So baking, what does was I made this locator a child to this originally. So like this had no. Right, we'll say so. This one has no keyframes on it. It's just literally following whatever this one's doing, right? But it's still moving in space, right? You can physically see that control moving. So what I did was I took a locator, I made it a child to this, and I baked its locations down. Like I made a keyframe at every different translation in world space. In world space, and I baked down the keys, and I made a key for every translation world space. It's at 99x, 89y, and 40z in world space right there. And then what you do is you remove the constraint, you unmake it a child, and then you make it the parent back of the control. So what that does is now you have control in world space on where this is actually at, from its original movement. So like you pretty much just made a timeline of its movement, and now you can slightly adjust it where otherwise you'd have to hand animate that. It's weird how it works, and it's very difficult to explain it, but it works very well. But I'm not going to do it right now, so literally all I do is just delete the locator, and everything's back to normal until I bake it. Like if I was to keep the locator there and keep it a parent, if I was to bake the control down and then have its world space translations and rotations, then it would be locked in somewhat, unless you control Z. But just delete it. That's fine. And the reason you don't do that till the end, like say if I want to do more with this, um, it wouldn't be updated. Like, it would still follow its original path that it was following, that when the locators break down, it would still follow that path and not the new one of after I do it. So that's why you do stuff like that at the very, very end. I could have done it with this, and it would have for sure worked on the rotation of this, for sure, no problem. But I didn't really have to, because it was just so easy just to hand animate this one. It was just so easy to do that. Literally, it was just 3 keyframes and then offset. Not that bad. Yeah, I really do like that wheel. I like the wheel spinner. That's it. That's all I got for right now. I'm gonna save that. We're good. I don't think I'm gonna be animating tomorrow, but I'm gonna try and finish this up Saturday morning, which won't take that long. This will probably only take like 30 minutes, and then I might animate something else. Excuse me, sorry. But I'll be on Saturday morning. You, Morgan, I don't know what time that is over there for you. What, you got like a 16-hour delay? Or 14? Why are you jelly? Oh, I didn't turn the screen. Why are you jelly? Why are you running? Oh, Sudoku. 13 hours I have. Depending on what time I animate. If I animate at 9 in the morning, it will be 10 o'clock for you. Right? 2200, 10 o'clock? Yeah. I'll probably animate at 9 o'clock in the morning then, so you can catch me while it's 10 o'clock for you. Right? And that'd be Saturday night. Yeah. I don't know if you're going out, but I'll be on then. I'll be animating. Wait, what time is it for you right now? It's 13 hours. It's 1 o'clock. 2 o'clock. 1:30. Yeah, I'm gonna. I need to get back to my schedule. My schedule's all up in the air. I know. I have like my schedule set up on Twitch, but I don't have it on Facebook. But well, I have it written down. Yeah, 1:30. I have my schedule set up on Twitch, but it's wrong because I don't ever show up. My schedule is gonna get defined as soon as I move. Like once I move and get settled in, and I get used to work, I'll be animating hopefully 3 times a week, and then gaming animation maybe on the weekends. I'm not sure, because I like when I want to do my gaming animations, I want to stick to one game, or either one game at a time. I don't want to be streaming multiple games because that's not fun. That's not fun for anybody. I could stream Apex. I'd fucking wreck house of that. Which is for thoughts now. Well, I stream to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. What's wrong with thoughts? I need viewers, man. But yeah. Oh yeah, I have enough followers on Facebook that I could make money off of it and do like donation stuff. First of all, I don't want to have to take donations. I kind of want to keep this as like I don't want to do the whole subscriber thing or anything like that. Like I like doing this. I want to do this for free. I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to like. I don't want people to send me money just for anime. Like I already make good enough money working my day job. Why do I need more? I mean, kind of want to be humble and not a sellout, I guess. Not even selling out. Like, people doing the whole Twitch thing is awesome. I like, no offense to any of them, or Facebook streaming. Then you gotta pay taxes. Like I don't want to have to do a full tax form. The other thing is, I don't know which one to do, because I'm pretty sure if I was to do one for Facebook, I can't do it for Twitch. And I don't want to have to decide between the two, because I actually like streaming to both. I think yeah. I don't know, man. I just want to animate and have people look at my shit and like give me comments and like give me critiques. That's actually mainly what I did this for, is to get more critiques and people critique my stuff and help me out, you know? I didn't want it to be a tutorial thing either. Like, yeah, I know I'm pretty decent at animating. I'm not the best person out there, but I know a lot of cool shit. Yeah, and that's the other thing, is like I like it when my family like wanna see what I'm up to and stuff too. And it's like none of them have Twitch accounts, and they can't really talk to me unless they have a Twitch account, so they gotta do all that stuff. And it's like, that's why I'm doing Facebook. So everybody has a Facebook. I know Instagram is starting to do live streaming stuff more, but they're not doing like gaming streaming. They're just doing like this, hey, someone on stupid bullcrap. I don't do so. I do mean to post on that more. It's just my life's not interesting enough to post pictures on all day long. Yeah, it's just easier. It's just straight up easier. And I do it to YouTube just to mainly document everything. So it saves all my videos on YouTube. Yeah, it's no brainer. So, but yeah, I'll be on Sunday morning to finish this little sucker up. But honestly, it's just gonna be minor things. I got a lot of work I gotta do tomorrow, and then I got a bunch of stuff I gotta do tomorrow. I got other things, errands. That's what they're called. Brain is fried. That's when you know when you need to quit animating. It's when your brain is fried. I've been working all day on Maya today. I literally got up at like, oh no, that was yesterday. I got up at 5 today. Oh no, today I got up at 9. Anyway, I barely stopped. And I took a 3-hour break because adulting. I took a 3-hour break because the power went out. That was it. But yeah, anyway, sorry, I'm going on way too many tangents. I'll be on Saturday morning around 9 o'clock Eastern time. I'll give you a heads up. I'll probably post something. Get this handed in. Hopefully, I'll be able to do attack. I don't know how I'm gonna be doing attack. I was looking up like spider attacks and bites. Literally, a lot of them use the front 2 legs, and they literally go like up, out, and attack. So like I'll be doing it with the entire body, of course. Mostly spiders bite things, and it's like kind of hard to get the body into like a biting motion. Unless you get like close like that, which kind of looks weird. But I'm gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure that one out on live stream if they allow me to do the attack. I'm pretty sure you said he wanted me to do the attack. I gotta read the email again. I just know you wanted a walk cycle really quick, and these ones were This was actually the easiest walk cycle for having the most legs. Hands down, easiest walk cycle I've ever done. Because literally it was just, we got the legs, we got the timing of the legs down, and then after that it was just like kneading things up, just making things look cooler. The timing was easy. Incredibly easy. Because the thing was, I didn't even notice the Richard Williams, the spider thing. I didn't realize that they're all at the same timing, and if you know how to do a walk cycle, it's easy. I didn't even realize that. And it literally removes the half of it, because literally when you're doing a walk cycle, you literally got to worry about the bend and the foot and the flat. Since it's just a point, you literally just You just gotta worry about that. So that's what makes this animation so much better and easier. Just minor adjustments, but I'm too tired. I just need to relax. So thank you for watching. Thank you for following. Thanks for commenting, Morgan, and whoever else is watching. I need to go to bed. I'm tired. Alright. Later. Oh, that's the other great thing about this screen. I know, another tangent. But and you now don't see my Streamlabs stuff, but I didn't have music on this entire time. We'll put it on. That's the other thing. Real quick. I did want to talk to you about before. Are you gonna be doing? You ever see like the Gundam where people like take them and like scratch them and make them look into like wood and like paint them with like wood? You should totally do that because I know you got the setup for that. You should totally. I'll text you more about it. But thanks for watching.